Good morning, Instagram. Welcome to another beautiful day. It's Monday, December 14th. So, first thing is happy birthday to my pops. And second thing is going to be let's do some stretching and some morning yoga. Good morning, Noel. Yeah, I'm gonna give it about a minute before I get started with the flow. Anyone that joins in, just join in at your own pace. If you're enjoying what we're doing, you can write a comment in. If there's something you want to toss in, go ahead and leave it in the comments. This video will be saved and added to my Facebook timeline and to my YouTube timeline as well. So everything that I talk or mention during the video will be kept in the video. So the more comments you give me, the more things I'll probably go off of, and we'll just see where this morning takes us. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So if you've never done a yoga flow or a morning stretch session, typically the most important thing comes into your breath. So we're gonna get started standing on our mat with our shoulders back, our palms facing forward, leveling your chin off, and just focusing on the feeling of your breath. Allowing your breath to flow in with a deep inhale and softly out with an exhale. Breathing in and lifting the chest, and exhale, softening from the rib cage down to the belly. Inhaling and exhaling. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Last 2. With your next inhale, bringing your arms up and overhead, placing the palms together and growing nice and tall with an inhale. With your exhale, let your palms melt down the sides of you all the way to your hips. Inhale your arms up the sides of you all the way to the top, meeting with your palms together. Exhaling, bring your hands down to your hips. Inhale, arms up and overhead, palms together at the top, and exhale down through heart center. Sit here for a breath. Inhaling your hands up and overhead, exhaling them down the sides back to your hips. This time on the inhale, I want you to visualize pulling in as much positive energy as you can, bringing that energy in and capturing it with your hands at the top, exhaling and pulling that energy down through your skull and into your heart center. Inhaling any bad vibrations up and out the roof of your head, and exhaling them as your hands float back to your hips. One more time. Inhale, pulling that energy through your fingertips, capturing it at the top. Exhale, bring it down into your heart center. Inhale, arms up and overhead, beginning with our movements. Exhale, forward fold, unlocking from the hips and letting your hands float down wherever they end up. Everyone's flexibility is different from day to day, so please don't compare yourself to what you thought you would achieve in today's practice, and just go with your breath. With your next inhale, coming to a halfway lift, hands on your shins or your knees, nice long back, nice long neck. Exhale, fold, bending into your knees slightly, inhaling and bringing your arms all the way up to the top, hands meet. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, hands up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold at the hips, down for your toes. Wherever you end up, just be grateful for that range of motion. Sitting here for a breath. Inhaling to a halfway lift, nice long back, nice long neck. Exhale, forward fold down for your toes. This time we're going to cycle through those legs, bending one knee and then straightening the other. Taking your time, moving slow, and once again utilizing your breath. On your next inhale, bending into your knees, inhaling your arms all the way up and standing up to the top. Exhale your hands down to your hips. Inhale your hands up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold, bending into your knees. Bringing your hands down to the mats. Stepping back into your high bridge. Exhaling your whole body weight down. Inhaling to your baby cobra. Exhale, releasing your body forward, tucking your toes, pushing yourself onto your knees, and all the way back to your butt so that your butt and your heels connect. Keeping your forehead down on your mat or wherever it floats. Just focusing on the softening of your back. Every exhale, you feel your shoulders space out. Your hands almost become longer. You feel the tension in your lower belt line soften with each exhale. One more breath here. With your inhale, coming forward, tucking your toes and moving into our first downward dog. Pushing your butt up and into the sky, rocking your hips back, pushing your heels down. Now you can choose to stay here nice and still, just driving those heels in towards the mat, or you can bring a little bit of movement into it, cycling through your legs. Bending one knee and straightening the other, making sure to keep your tailbone up towards the ceiling. When you finish your next exhale, coming into center, inhaling your weight forward over your hands, and again, exhale your body down to the floor. Inhaling to your baby cobra, or if you're ready for the progression, your full upward dog. Exhaling your body all the way down, tucking your toes, and once again, going up into your downward facing dog. This time, we're going to go ahead and bring your right leg in and through, coming into our pigeon's pose. Now when you come into your pigeon's pose, the first thing that you want to do is be looking straight at your leg and then having your chin straight up. When I say looking straight at your leg, you want to make sure that the foot that you've broadened through, the knee is pointing straight ahead and your foot is going out towards the side. You'll start with your hands onto the floor, shoulders come back, chin is level. Inhale, and exhale, soften into that. Make sure that you're not rolling over onto one hip, rather that you're staying squared and centered. If you feel as though your body has the availability to take this to a little bit further, I want you to exhale and bring yourself down to your elbows. Again, every day your practice will be a little bit different, so you want to make sure that you're utilizing your breath. Through the use of your inhale, you'll find strength to hold the pose. With your exhale, you'll allow your body to soften into its truest form. Every single pose that we go with will at least be doing a 3-breath count. There are times where I may take it to 5 or 7 breath count. I'll generally let you guys know. If you need to come out of a pose, please do not wait for me to guide you to that. With your next inhale, slowly and ever so mindfully, pushing your palms back down into the mat, walking yourself up, taking a look at the back foot and tucking your toes. You're going to softly and slowly press into your hands, lifting the rear leg, untucking the right leg, and coming back into your downward dog. Let's cycle it out, bring some new blood flow into it, see how things are feeling. We're going to set this up for the opposite side. When you're ready, you're going to go ahead and inhale that left leg either up behind you or just bringing it straight through and in front. Again, crossing that foot underneath the opposite thigh. Again, starting nice and tall, shoulders back, chest forward, chin up. When and if you're ready, you'll soften with an exhale and bring yourself down to your forearms. Focusing on that breath again. Like I said, most poses within my practices will be at least 3 breaths in length. We did 5 breaths on the other side, so we're going to go ahead and match that with 5 breaths on this side. You should have time for one more breath. And then slowly and ever so mindfully, applying your hands back down to the mat, feeling your spine grow nice and tall, taking a look at that back foot, tucking your toes underneath, uncrossing the front leg, pressing into the palms, bringing that leg back, tucking the toes and cycling through that movement again. Tailbone up towards the sky, feel that stretch through the hamstrings, the back of the knees and into the calves. Taking a nice deep inhale, sitting nice and still, and exhale, just let your heels try and connect with the floor. Inhale, bringing yourself up onto your toes, and exhale, pushing down into your heels. Bringing yourself down to tabletop position. Knees are directly underneath your hips, hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Now when I say hands, I want to actually say wrists. So wrists are directly underneath your shoulders. When you're ready, we're going to move into our cat and our cow poses. An inhale will drop your belly, tailbone up to the sky. Exhale, rounding forward, pulling your hips forward, looking back towards your knees. Inhale, switch the pose, belly drop, shoulders back, chest forward and chin up. Exhale, rounding the shoulders, pulling the hips forward, pressing into those palms. 2 more. Inhale, dropping the belly, rounding the back, tailbone to the sky. And exhale, rounding, full cat pose. Last time here. Inhaling, bringing yourself all the way forward. Exhale, rounding. And then coming back to center. Now through each of my live yoga feeds or stretching feeds, bootcamp feeds, if there's any poses that you realize you're very limited to, please leave a message or comment and I'll try and come up with a modification for you. Moving on to our next pose, the eye of the needle. We're going to start with our right hand. You're going to go ahead and inhale that right hand all the way up to the ceiling, looking over, allowing your body to be in this twist for one single breath. And with your exhale, wrapping that right arm underneath your left, bringing your right shoulder, the right side of your face, and lying them down on your mat. Try to keep your hips square. If you're comfortable, you can take your left arm and extend it straight out overhead. You can also keep that left hand right beside your face, or you can take that left hand all the way up and drop it back to your lower back. Last breath here. Pushing into that left hand, coming all the way up to your tabletop, shaking it out from side to side, shoulder to hip, hip to shoulder. Stacking yourself up again, always making sure we have our form and our technique. Inhaling your left hand up and overhead into that twist, letting it sit there for a breath. And then exhale, bringing that left arm underneath your right, letting your left shoulder, left side of your face, to just rest on your mat. Again, you can take that right hand straight out in front of you, keep it right beside your face, or inhale it and drop it to your lower back. Again, trying to keep your hips squared, not really rolling over to one side, just trying to stay nice and tall. Use that breath. With your next exhale, bringing that hand back down to your mat, inhaling your way all the way up, and then exhaling, sitting down into your child's pose. Staying in your child's pose for 5 breaths. With your next inhale, slowly and ever so mindfully bringing yourself up to all fours. We're going to go ahead and work yourself over to sitting on your butt, feet facing forward. You're going to remove the soft squishy stuff from underneath your sit bones and ground yourself into your mat, kicking through your heels and pulling your toes back towards your face. You're going to place your hands on your shins or your knees, inhaling to a nice tall upright posture, and then exhale, allow your body to soften and just fold forward. I want you to imagine releasing your shoulders and letting them slide out of their sockets as your hands lengthen down your legs. We're going to make sure to exhale and release the tension in the back of our neck. Allow your head to drop completely and feel your muscles lengthen with every exhale. Again, every day your practice may start off differently. Just taking note of where you are today in terms of length and softness. Last breath. With your exhale, slowly coming back up. We're going to take one foot in and keep one leg extended. I'm going to start with my left foot coming in. Letting the left leg sit in towards the groin, but keeping the sole of the foot connected with the inside of my opposite thigh. I'm going to take my right hand to the outside of my right leg. I'm going to inhale nice and tall, and then exhale, forward fold. Allow that hand to just guide forward, feeling your calf, the back of your knee, possibly your hamstring turn on as you lengthen into this pose. This will be a 5-count breath. You can stay here with your right arm extended out in front of you, or you can bring your left arm over as well. Make sure to drop your head between those lovely biceps, releasing your neck, and allowing the stretch to travel all the way down to your lower back. Enjoying one more breath here. With your exhale, you'll softly release that, coming all the way back upright. Extending the left leg and giving both of the legs a little bit of love, shaking them out. When you're ready, taking the right foot in towards the groin, placing the sole of the foot into the thigh. Once again, the left hand to the outside of the left leg, inhaling nice and tall. And then exhale, forward fold, letting that hand slide down the leg. Wherever it ends, just sit there and be patient with your body. Every exhale, you will feel your muscles soften. That's your opportunity to find length. Don't seek length, just allow it to come to you. It usually does that in the form of the exhale. Just worry about your breath. If you want, you can bring that right hand over to your left wrist, dropping your head, relaxing your neck, and just allowing your lower belt line to soften. One more breath on this side. With your inhale, growing nice and tall, extending your leg, and giving it a shake out. And bringing both of the soles of the feet in towards each other, allowing your knees to drop open to the side. Now some people will want their foot soles really, really close in towards their groin. This will be a very good hip opener. If you require less attention of your groin and more attention of your hamstrings and your lower back, allow your feet to be further out. We're going to first start with your elbows to your knees and then hands towards your ankles. You're going to inhale your chest forward. Feel your shoulder blades almost click together behind you. When you're ready, you're going to exhale and soften. Dropping your head, looking straight down at the floor. Feeling those hips opening, your lower back lengthens. When you're ready, you can reach forward for your toes, giving your toes a hug, letting your elbows float to the center. Now realizing you have more space in this stretch to bring yourself forward. Again, just going with your inhale and your exhale, allowing your body to soften. Enjoying 2 more breaths here. your next following inhale, slowly coming up to the top, bringing your knees in together, extending your legs, and giving them a little bit of a shake. Going into our first twist of our practice, you're going to keep your right leg down and on the mat. You're going to lift your left foot over, crossing your ankle at your knee. Now you're going to inhale your right arm straight forward with your right leg extended, and you're going to bring that right hand over your left knee and hooking the elbow onto that knee. From here, you can either stay upright with a straight arm and just allow that spinal twist to begin, or if you'd like a little bit more of a range of motion, you're going to go ahead and drive into that elbow, twist and look back over your left shoulder. Sometimes you'll get snaps, crackles, or pops. Again, you're not at a chiropractic office. You do not need to get those. Just allow your body to soften. Feel your muscles, your ligaments, and your soft tissues unwinding. Keep your chin tall and your spine strengthened. Every exhale, you'll feel that stretch into the left glute. You have 2 more breaths here. With your next following inhale, extending that right arm, lifting it out from the left leg, extending your left leg and giving it a shake. Working towards the opposite side, keeping your left leg down on the floor, picking your right foot up, crossing that right ankle over your left knee. Extending your left arm just like your left leg and crossing over, taking that left elbow to the outside of the right leg and your right hand back behind you. Now again, you can sit here, or if you like, you can exhale, pushing into that elbow and coming into your twist. Again, this is one of those stretches that you're going to notice one side is much better than the other. That's okay. You can acknowledge that thought. It is true. But every day your practice will change, allowing yourself to go with the flow and with your breath. Being very mindful through your practice, not pushing the stretch to a place of pain, taking it a few steps back to a place where you can control your breath. Final breath here. And exhale, uncrossing that left arm, uncrossing the right leg, extending them out in front of you, and giving them a love shake. Going into our forward fold here. You can rest your hands on your shins, your knees, or your thighs. You're going to inhale to a nice upright spine. You're going to exhale and soften. Inhale, lift your arms up and overhead, and then exhale, forward fold all the way down for your toes. Now, if you do not reach your toes, I want you to imagine going for the shoelaces on your shoes. Maybe you're going for the top of the ankle, or just the shin itself. Please listen to your body. In my opinion, there's 3 different stages to a stretch. There's your absolute limit, where you just push, 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 and you try and get there. You almost create a sensation of pain. The second one is your comfort area. This is where you can feel the stretch softly through the muscle, but you can still breathe through it. That's where I'm at right now. And then there's those stretches where you just simply can't hold because your flexibility doesn't allow you. Those are those stretches where you wish you had a yoga strap or a block or someone else to help ease you into that pose. Try and sit right in the middle, somewhere comfortable. Allow yourself to acknowledge the tension in your body, and with your exhale, let it go. Staying here for one more breath. With your exhale, softly bringing yourself all the way up, giving your legs a shake, moving into our quad stretch, choosing whichever leg is more stiff for yourself. Usually my right leg is more stiff, so I'm going to start there. You're going to bring that foot all the way back behind you. You want to tuck your toes underneath. That's what I'm going to say there. Now, you're going to try and push your chest Forward, shoulders back, and chin up. Now, if you have the availability in this stretch, you're going to try and bring yourself back onto your opposite elbow. So if I'm stretching my right leg, I'm going to try and bring myself back to my left elbow. Now again, move very slow and use your breath through this pose. That will definitely be a key in helping you out here. You have 2 more breaths. With your exhale, you can slowly and softly start working your way back up, unwrapping that leg and giving it a little bit of a shake at the front. Working into your opposite leg, bringing that left leg back behind you, tucking those toes underneath. Again, trying to keep your chest forward, shoulders back, and your chin is level. If you can, you'll try and bring yourself down onto that rear elbow. Ooh. Ooh. And just use that breath. Feel your belly rise with the inhale and soften with the exhale. You have 1 more breath. Slowly and mindfully, you're going to start working yourself back up to the top, extending that leg straight out in front of you, and again giving it a shake. And placing your hands on your knees, your shins or your thighs, squeezing your shoulder blades all the way back. Exhale, rounding forward, pushing into your knees, your thighs, or your shins. Inhaling all the way up. This is a seated version of our cat and our cow. And then exhale, pushing all the way forward. 2 more times. Inhale, bringing your chest forward, shoulders back, chin up. And then exhale, pushing the shoulders forward, back, rounds, head looks down. Last time, inhale up. Bringing the hands back behind you, pointing the fingers to the wall behind you. Planting the soles of your feet on the outside edges of your mat. We're going to go for a windshield wiping movement. You're going to drop your knees towards the left on an exhale. Inhale up. And exhale over to the opposite side. Inhale up. Exhale over. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. 1 more time. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Moving into our final pose, being our Savasana. And bringing yourself to lying flat on your mat. Letting your hands rest on the floor, palms up to the sky for energy and healing, or palms down towards the ground for grounding and calming. Bringing your shoulder blades together behind you, resting your head ever so softly on the mat. Scanning your body with an inhale from the toes up to the head, and with the exhale, scanning all the way back down to the feet. Focusing on nothing but your breath. The inhale, the belly rises, and the exhale, the body softens. Starting with your toes, allowing them to feel heavy and allowing them to drift apart. Your heels are grounded into the floor beneath you. Your calves, the back of your knees, your hamstrings and your glutes are all so soft. Your lower back unclenches. Your mid-back is soft like jello. Your shoulders are grounded into the mat. And you can feel your elbows and your hands just floating. Unclenching your jaw, releasing your eyebrows. Focusing on your breath. allowing yourself to be present in this moment. Thinking of all the things that you're grateful for, the small things, the big things. Acknowledging those thoughts, and with an exhale, let them go. Giving yourself the love, the energy, and the attention that you need. Being mindful throughout the rest of your day. With a nice deep inhale and exhale, bringing some movement into your fingertips, into your toes, rolling your wrists and your ankles, dropping your head over towards the right, inhaling it up to center, and exhaling it over towards the left. Inhale to center, exhale. Bringing your arms up and overhead. Full body stretch. Inhale and grow nice and tall. And exhale, soften. One more time. Inhale, nice and tall. And exhale. Bringing your knees into your chest one at a time. Rocking from side to side, releasing any tension in your back. And then rocking forward and back, building that energy, and coming all the way to sitting upright. Sitting however feels most comfortable for yourself, and bringing your hands to heart center, squeezing your shoulder blades back, keeping your gaze soft or your eyes closed. Taking a nice deep inhale, and exhale, finishing our class with a single Om. Inhale. Om. Thank you very much for joining in today's practice. I look forward to seeing you later this week. Love and light. Namaste. So, if you enjoyed that practice, that flow, some of those stretches, please feel free to go ahead and take part in the classes coming up this week. And I will be saving this video and posting it to my feed very shortly. I'll also be connecting it with my YouTube platform. So if you can follow the links in my bio, give the video a like, comment, or subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. With that being said, guys, best of luck on your Monday adventures, and remember to take moments for gratefulness and for these small blessings in life. Love and light. Catch you next time.